Hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind group page, and today we're here to talk about how to make a location more profitable. All right, so the first question you want to ask yourself is, do I have the ATM volume? Are we producing enough transactions? All right, so if the question is yes, then what we're going to do is in the ATM Mastermind group page, that's always free to join, we're going to answer how do you make your locations more profitable by answering 2 or 3 simple questions and giving you guys pointers and tips and tricks. If the answer is no, we're going to address that here today in this video. So the first question we're going to ask is, do I have the ATM volume? And the answer right now is no, I don't have the ATM volume. Okay, so what we had is we had a Hampton Inn, fabulous chain, great location. When we put an ATM in a location, we're always looking for how many rooms are there. This Hampton Inn had over 100 rooms, somewhere between 100 and 200. Great location. The hotel was phenomenal. It was pretty much brand new, and we knew they didn't have an ATM. So what we did is we talked to the manager and said that, you know what, I know you don't have an ATM. We would like to place one here. Talked to the manager. She said she had to check with her district manager. We went over the deal. And after a little while, and she checked with her district manager, we were able to talk about placing an ATM. Now, where I wanted to go is right there by the front desk. There's a little bump out. And inside of that bump out, there's like a rack that you can buy a toothbrush and toothpaste and things of that nature. And there's a cooler and it has some snacks. So there's some juices in there and some snacks. And right from there was a perfect place that has an outlet and it could fit an ATM. And right now there was a coat rack there. So what I said to the general manager, I said, look, this is the best spot. It's right by the front desk. People can see it. It's not really too visible, so it's not an eyesore by the hotel standards, but it was really accessible, and it's right there when people walk in, they can see it. And also if they're going to leave, they can just go right around and it'd be a perfect location. General manager says, no, we have a different spot in mind. What we want to do is we want to put your ATM in the business center, which is down the hallway. And so I looked at the spot and I said, look, this isn't a good spot because you don't know it's here. I said, the only way you know it's here is if you go to the front desk and they said, oh yeah, we do have an ATM, it's in a business center. And the only way to get into the business center is you have to have a key code or your hotel key. So you have to search for it, and B, it's under lock and key almost all the time. So it wasn't going to be a good spot. But the general manager assured me and said, look, we get plenty of people asking for an ATM. We'll just direct them right down to the business center. It'll be easy and no problem. Plus, we had to put a sleeve that made the ATM look real nice according to Hampton Inn's standards. So we did that. We put the ATM there, and lo and behold, after a month or two, we did between 8 and 15 transactions, month after month. Now, in the summer months, they had a lot of weddings, and our transactional volume went up to about 25. And then after summer, it went back down to about 12 or 15. So we talked to the hotel manager. We said, look, this isn't working. What we need to do is we want to move it. We want to put it in a different location. And they said, no, we can't. So then what we did is we just made a decision after a little while to, remove the ATM. It wasn't working for our team and our company. The second place we had was a breakfast and lunch place. It was cash only. So we put in an ATM inside of the location, and from 6 to 2, it did pretty good. It did about 60 transactions a month. Okay, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. So we noticed that there was a bar in the backs that's connected through a hallway, and what we saw is they were cash only. So we talked to the business owner, and they said they would like an ATM too. Well, instead of investing another ATM, what we did is we talked to the owner of the property and we said, look, is there any way we can move this ATM from inside of the restaurant to in the hallway? And they said, yeah, no, we don't have a problem with that. So what we did is we removed the ATM from the restaurant, we put it in a hallway. Now we had hours of operation from 6 in the morning to 2 in the morning. The bar closed at 2, the restaurant opened up at 6. So from 6 to 2, we had the restaurant, and then the bar opened up at 11 o'clock, and what we had it from 11 to 2 in the morning, we had the bar traffic. So basically from 6 in the morning to 2 in the morning, we had traffic. So what you can do is you can increase your hours operation from wherever you are, if you have the ability to do something like that. Now, if it's just in one location and they're just open up from this point in time to this point in time, and then you're in trouble. You're not going to be able to do this. But if you can figure out a way to get more hours in that location, then that becomes a home run. You'll increase your traffic. And the third way to increase your volume in a location is always, if they're taking credit cards, is to look at their credit card statement, try to figure out, well, how much they're spending. Sometimes they're spending $1,000 to $2,000 a month on credit card processing. You might want to try to convince them to dial that back a little and say, you know what, why don't we try eliminating credit cards for a few months and see how that works out. You might find it might work out real well for you. You'll save thousands of dollars every year. Now instead of them, you have to pay for them to use their credit cards. What will happen is you'll actually make money now from the ATM surcharge. You'll save all those fees from the credit card. Of course, it depends on what type of business it is, but if it's like a breakfast place or a easy restaurant or a bar and grill or a tattoo place or a barbershop, that always helps out generate that revenue and increase those surcharges, and it helps save the business time and money, and they can utilize those credit card fees in different areas of the business. All right, so the question you want to ask yourself is, do I have the ATM volume? If the answer is yes, I have the volume, but I'm just not making that desired amount of money that I wanted to, then go to the ATM Mastermind group page, and we're going to give you 3 more tips on how to increase your revenue for that location. Always remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hope these tips are helpful. Thank you very much.